So after Mr. Abe, Shinzo Abe, expressed his intention to resign as prime minister, the movement to choose the next prime minister has begun, and it is interesting to see, which is a really characteristic of Japanese politics that everything is done behind the scenes. There are no open debate. Ideally, in a contemporary democratic society, each candidate would present his or her case, which direction Japan should be going. They would showcase their political views, and they would expose their personalities, and then there would be a kind of a beauty contest, and those who have votes would choose as a collective will who should be the next prime minister. But that is not what is happening in the LDP, Japan's ruling party. They are having a series of discussions behind the scenes, and there's this expression, 空気を読む, reading the air, which means that each member of the ruling party is kind of measuring which direction the party is going, which is very characteristic of Japan. And they kind of choosing in a de facto, contesting process behind the scenes who should be the next prime minister. This is quite interesting. And Mr. Suga, the former cabinet secretary, is reportedly appearing as the most likely candidate to succeed Mr. Abe. Now, I know this is really a pre-modern process. It is very, it feels very ancient. But at the same time, you should know that this is how the Japanese society is organized as a whole. I mean, there's always this process of 空気を読む, reading the air, and kind of using one's tentacles to feel who is likely to be the winning candidate, and just jumping on the bandwagon. That is Japanese politics for you. And probably, most probably, that is actually how life works. I mean, living organisms like our cells, they do not have a voting system. They have just, these molecular processes which would determine the general direction that each cell is going. So the process of leading Japan is like that. I mean, there's no contest of ideas out in the open, but there's always this 空気を読む, reading the air, and it's as if each individual as a molecule would bump into each other, and there will be a chemical reaction, and presto, you have Japanese politics. I don't know if it's wonderful or not. I'm just making an observation as an insider-outsider, because I've always been somewhat outside these Japanese processes. Although I am a Japanese, I was born in Japan and have been brought up here. I always observed with amusement how Japanese society works, because I am an outsider, although I am an insider. I am an outsider. And I'm just making these observations, which is kind of fun.